Hi, Midlife Goddess here. I'm here to talk about online dating scams. And this video is directly a response to the video that I just saw that Susan Winter did. And I think if anyone is online dating, I am, if you are, and I've committed to meeting 6 people in the next 6 months, whether in person or online. So if I get lucky and meet some in person, that'll take away that number. But you know, there's a commitment there. It's kind of a New Year's resolution, let's say. Anyway, she's talking about online scams. And the main thing that she was saying, which was so great and everyone needs to hear, is if the person is too good to be true, they probably are. And that's how all con artists operate. All con artists operate offering us something that we really want that we probably aren't going to get. But we can fool ourselves and think, oh, we could get that, right? I think in this day and age, it's maybe easier for men to get conned because they have all this AI stuff which they're using, and they'll hire even like an actress or actor or escort or whatever to do a live video call with them. And it's a team of people going after this person's money, right? So it's pretty complex. And I suggest you just watch her video, Susan Winter's video, and I suggest that you watch a movie called The Tinder Swindler. The Tinder Swindler will tell you everything you need to know about how con artists work. And there's this thing called the long game, which means there's layers and layers and layers of this lie. And I'm going to tell you a story about someone I know who got scammed dating online. This is a female. How did she get scammed? Was it a gorgeous guy? Nope. It was a chunky guy with a lazy eye is what it was. Yep. With a cheap watch, with, what were his shoes? I think they were, nothing wrong with Skechers, but they were Skechers. And he told her he was a multi-millionaire. So here's how he did it. Okay. And she, by the way, let me preface this. She's beautiful. He's, bleh, like, not even, as I said, chunky, lazy eye, poorly dressed, looks very unhealthy. Oh, nothing about him was cute, okay? But he looked her up, and she is a very successful artist. And he was smart enough to know by the style of her art that she clearly liked French artists. So when he met her, he was all prepared. And he told her that he had this apartment in Paris, of course, one of her favorite cities, that's down the street from the Louvre, just down the street, you know, as you have, and showed her all these pictures of it. Okay, this apartment was like, Mick Jagger might have that apartment, not this dude. And he would mention like how he had 50 million in the bank. And when I met him, I was like, I've, you know, been around a lot of super wealthy people in my life, and I've never seen any of them wear shoes like that because they tend to buy things that have quality and will last forever. So if they were like old Ferragamos or something, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense. But I'm not saying there isn't the closet millionaire that's like very whatever that would wear shoes that are going to wear out in 2 years, but not usually. They're more one-time purchase kind of people. So I could tell by his shoes. I could tell by his watch, which, he also drove a very inexpensive car, and he had some story about some billionaire friend of his. He was a big name dropper. Just gave him that car as a joke, and he's just driving it. Haha. He had a story for everything, and she was believing it. And he was spending so much time with her. Well, fast forward. It turns out that this guy is married. He was playing a long game on her, but his wife was getting upset because he wasn't getting any money out of her, probably because he really did find her attractive, as all men do, and was probably enjoying having sex with her and didn't want to push the game too fast. He didn't really want that game to be over. He wanted to keep going. So the wife got upset, I guess, at the husband and approached her and said, that's her husband, blah, blah, and would she go to church with her? And so she was trying to con her on a whole other angle, another con, because they're a con team. And it was just insane. So we all expect the super good looking person, if we have a brain, and somebody is out of our league, we should expect, if it's too good to be true, it is. There's something, right? But we don't expect the person who is quite unattractive, right? But if that person is a true con artist, they know how to dangle that one carrot that will work, that one carrot. He had that one carrot for her, the perfect carrot, tailor-made, because he looked her up through her phone number or whatever and knew everything about her before he met her. So when someone has your phone number, they can find everything about you. And if they're a con artist, they can be prepared with their con. So that's a good reason to think about even giving anyone your real information, your real phone number, until you meet them in person. If you have any nagging feeling, any intuition that something's off, it usually is. And I've always been famous for saying that, when someone acts suddenly different or weird, it's usually like a drug addiction or alcohol addiction or another person, or they're crazy. But in the way of not getting conned, I would say that it really is just, if it's too good to be true. It's the same way that people get conned online out of money. It's like, send me this and I'll send you double back. And we're like, who believes that? And with AI now, with these fake, it could look exactly like me and telling you like in your DMs, like, hey, I want to meet you here, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's so realistic now. You cannot trust even video chats. You can't. So it's best to meet someone in person. And it's best to be realistic. And if someone is asking for money from you, that's not a date. And if they're asking you to pay for things for them, they have some little story, that's not a date. It's not a date. So, but there can be the long game. So you have to watch out for that too, even if they ask you for nothing. And if you watch the Tinder Swindler, you'll see that guy, he would swindle one girl for money so he could spend it on the next girl. So she thought he was rich. So then when he was like, oh, I'm stranded in Monaco, can you just wire me $30,000? I'm good for it. She would. Stuff like that. It was just layers and layers and layers of lies. So some scams are pretty sophisticated, and they're only probably going to be, we can't even imagine how sophisticated they're going to be. So if you find a really good person who's your equal, who you know why they like you, because they're your equal. You don't have to pay to be with them. They don't have to pay to be with you. See each other, instant connection, that kind of thing. You might want to just stick with them, if it works. I don't mean to be depressing by this video. And it's not depressing. It's kind of like if you use your intuition, you're always going to be fine. But people love to lie to themselves, They love to lie to themselves, and they love to say, yeah, that person who's, a bikini model and doctor wants to be with me. Okay, maybe, but, and it's happening to women as much as it's happening to men. So men, don't feel so bad. It's really happening to women just as much. It's kind of a thing. And it's not just in online dating. There are people that hang out in nice hotel bars and do this and pretend they're staying at the hotel and they're not even staying there. that are like, especially if you're in other countries and they'll kind of dress like, Americans are usually the targets, you know, so they'll wear kind of like American clothes, American brands, they'll speak English, and they'll act like they're staying there so they can kind of seem like they have something in common with you, and then you find out they're not. There's con artists all over, all over. You just have to use your intuition and just have your eye out for it, you know? Anyway, thank you for watching. And I highly recommend, again, watch the Susan Winter video, because she really says it like it is, and it's a long one, but it's great information. I aim to give as much great information in one video as she does. But this is a heads up from me to you. Don't get conned. Just be honest. And you use your intuition and you probably will be fine. Okay. Good luck dating. Thank you for watching. Like it if you like it. Don't like it if you don't, whatever. Respond in some way. Let me know. And let me know if you've ever been conned. And do you think it was your fault the whole time? All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.